but I didn't get full grasp of the reason it's here and the capacity that is here. I would therefore like to do it again. I crave the indulgence of His Excellency the Governor, the Inspector General of Police, to be represented, as I extend my apology to him. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting in our midst here is the paramount ruler of Yomaland. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about no other than His Royal Majesty Oba Kehinde Olubele, the Olu of Ilaro, who is also the chairman of the State Council of Obas. He is ably represented at this event by another wonderful monarch, well-read, unassuming, and of course, very grounded in the tradition of Yoruba Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Olu of Imashali. Please make welcome His Royal Majesty Oba Lukman Olalekan PhD. Eba mi ṣe kábíyèsí lórí ẹgbẹ́. Also sitting in this hall is the President General Grand Union of Private Schools Association here in Ogun State, Ustaz Abdulaziz Ajibola. I'd like to also quickly recognize the presence of DSP Omonlekan Idowu retired, who is representing the commander of Amotekun, General Alade Adediba retired. I told you earlier, ladies and gentlemen, that Comrade Yinka Folari, a right activist and vice president of CHR, is in our midst. Right about now, we're going to move to the next on the order of event, and that is goodwill messages. Because of the constraint of time, we are going to appeal that goodwill messages should be done within a space of 2-3 minutes maximum. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency the Governor, I'd like to bring him to the microphone to start off this aspect of this event. I'm talking about His Royal Majesty Oba Kehinde Olu of Ilaro and Chairman of the State Council of Obas, who is to be represented by Oba Lukman Olalekan PhD, Olu Imashali. Your Majesty.
Good morning. Even if they are giving us a minute, we first of all need to appreciate our own, that is the Governor of the state, His Excellency Dr. Dapo Abiodun MFR, the actual Governor of the state. And at the same time, we need also to appreciate our IG, who is unavoidably absent, equally appreciative, and our actual CP, we also recognize them. I'm using them as a point of contact to all the security and state officials in this gathering. But they cannot go on without recognizing the traditional rulers. We are colleagues. I use His Royal Majesty of Isa Alani as a point of contact to all the traditional rulers here. This morning, I'm here to represent the #1 Oba in the state, and at the same time, the paramount ruler of Yoruba is no other person as rightly mentioned, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Kehinde Olubele MFR, the state chairman of the State Council of Obas. Well, and other guests in the hall. The message from the paramount ruler is not much, because I still have a lot of things to do with the Nigeria Police today. Because we still go to panel section, you ask questions. I have few slides to present. So this project that Nigeria Police is bringing forth is very timely. It's very timely because of the issue of kidnapping here and there. And in fact, thinking outside the box that we should also go to schools goes a long way. Well, I'm giving 2 minutes, but I'm here to do a lot of things with the Nigeria Police today because at least I have slides. I'm going to join the panel session and I want to do other things. In view of this program is very timely and we, traditional rulers, are equally in support of this because the ball is now in our court after leaving this place to go back to our respective kingdoms, the schools in our respective kingdoms, to making sure that all the necessary cooperation that is needed is to offer security.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. I would have been surprised if you didn't extend courtesy to the IG, who is your own son. So I took quite cognizance of that, and I was watching to see if you give that. Please, thank you very much, Kabesi. PPR, do we have the representative of Lamison Obanjo University here? Can I have the name, please? May I just remind us that this is Stakeholders Forum on security of schools in Ogun State and the training of school protection work. And afterwards, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about school here, so let's go straight to Olabisi Onabanjo University and go where Professor Samsudeen Alausa will be speaking to us. He is representing Olabisi Onabanjo University. As for the one of course, he's an alumnus of Olabisi Onabanjo University. That's where we train high law. Please put your hands together for him.
Very much. Let me start by recognizing His Excellency Professor Dapo Abiodun. Just like the Kabesi said, our action governor, it is known to be an action governor. Then to recognize also the IGP duly represented, then the AIJ Adegoke, Fayo Ade, the CPs, you are all recognized, and my able Commissioner for Education who represent His Excellency Professor Alikabu, who happens to be our former Vice Chancellor at Tasfet University. Then I need to also recognize the KBCO, Kadipelori, Ibatapelese. Now, this program, which is Stakeholder Forum on the security of schools in Ogun State and training of the schools protection squad, is a welcome program or forum. Just like we have it behind our mind at Olabisi Onabanjo University, this kind of program or training has been a thing that the university has been putting into consideration. Perhaps that is the reason we are now having criminology department in the university, because we know that this is also a key to security. Apart from that, we also have forensic program, forensic science program, which is also a very good program to cop, not only cop, but to arrest the security misdemeanors in the environment, that is in Ogun State and all other places in Nigeria. Now, I want to say that security is oligarchistic in nature. It is not just a matter of, yes, we are just getting one aspect of security and then we just rely on it. So this program is a very good one, in which case our students will be involved not only in the security of the campus or the school, but as well the environment of the university. So the message from my Vice Chancellor is that this is a welcome program and then we want it to really be effective. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency the Governor, Your Excellency, sir, can I have your attention 1 minute? When at a forum like this, you give the microphone to unionists and they start by saying, describing the governor as action governor, it shows that salaries are paid as at when due and entitlements are not denied. So, a suggestion or an indication that Your Excellency is doing well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Sam Sidin, announcer. Okay, coming from the academia, let's go into the spiritual. And we'll go by way of bringing to the microphone the representative of Ogun State Christian Association of Nigeria, chairman. The person who's talking to us is a colonel retired, Venerable Moses A. Abolande. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellency, the State Governor, ably represented by the Commissioner of Education of the state, all other distinguished here present, permit me as I stand on already established protocol. We appreciate God for the gift of this day. Like you have heard, I am a representative of Ogun State Christian Association of Nigeria, His Lordship, the Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Rubensi Adepole, who is unafraidly absent. He has asked me on his behalf to apologize, not to be here personally, but other exigencies of duty made it impossible. But because of his interest and his understanding for the role that security and religion interwoven and interrelated, he has asked me to represent him and to apologize on his behalf that he is unable to be here. We thank God for the organizers of this occasion, as he has sent me. It is a very laudable event. This forum to encourage us, to educate us, and to give us more awareness why we need to have a very sound, effective protection in our schools. Knowing that those that our students from primary to higher institution today are the future of our nation, Nigeria. And for their future to be guaranteed and not to be jeopardized, there is need for us to have effective protection in our various schools. To him, as we have said, the IG and all the organizers of this are very, very apt at this time, because considering the security situation in our nation, Nigeria, we need to be more proactive, and at all hands must be on deck. I appreciate all our security agencies that are here. We are very grateful for your presence, and he has asked me that not only an academic activities that end here, but we should go back, but the cabinet has said, he used the word domain, kingdom. Let us to go back to our various services, to our various churches, our religious institutions, to ensure that what we are going to hear during the course of this forum is actualized for the betterment of our children, to support the government and the Secretary of Police that have translated his dream in this area to reality, so that there will be effective protection for our children. And I pray God will guide us as we do this in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Looking at the man of God and the lives of C.P. Ajogun, when you see them, you can ask yourself, which one caught up with them? Is it the length of service or age, or that they were retired, wrongly retired? So one will just begin to wonder which one is applicable here. Please put your hands together for the man of God. I am very sure that when you see the CP Alamutu in a month's time, he will appear to you as if he just wants to join the cadets. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on right now, and I think I must add that it's evidence of good living and evidence of managing yourself well, like I am trying to do. Many of our friends and colleagues are here. You must learn. Let me bring to the microphone the next man to talk to us. From the spiritual world, now let's go to the military. And to speak to us militarily is the Commander 35 Artillery Brigade, Brigadier General Mohammed Aminu, who is ably represented here by the Garrison Commander, Lieutenant Colonel O.S. Okod. Put your hands together for him, please.
His Excellency the Governor of Ogun State, ably represented. The Inspector General of Police, ably represented. Our Chief Host, Commissioner of Police, Ogun State. Distinguished traditional leaders here present, as have learned today in this hall. I am Lieutenant Colonel O.S. Okod, the Garrison Commander, 35 Artillery Brigade. Today I will be representing the Brigade Commander, Brigadier General M.T. Aminu. If I say I, it means it's not me, it is the Brigade Commander that is speaking. I am delighted to welcome you all this morning to the venue of this auspicious occasion, which is the brainchild of the Inspector General of Police, galvanized by the Commissioner of Police of Ogun State, C.P. Abiodun Olamotu. I want to appreciate the fact that I am part of this laudable initiative because it will serve as a watershed event which will herald security awareness in our schools and other prestigious institutions of learning in Ogun State and Nigeria as a whole. It is believed that it will enhance capacity building in security agencies and we replicate whatever is taught here in all aspects of official endeavor. I enjoy all beneficiaries to key in this initiative as it will give a better insight in the area of community policing, or what we refer to in military parlance as civil-military relations. I must thank the Ogun State Police Commissioner for giving 35 Artillery Brigade the opportunity to be part of this event, because Alamala Barracks has about 6 schools within the barracks. And these schools, the beneficiaries are mostly civilians outside the barracks around Alamala community. The commissioners it is our hope that this will be an annual event that features in the state government forecast of events, which is aimed at improving the security situation in our schools and institutions of higher learning. This will improve the security environment in our schools and other institutions within Ogun State, and by effect Nigeria as a whole. It is my belief that all the participating organizations and stakeholders are conversant with the basic tenets of community policing and are ready to put up an impressive liaison to ensure the aim of this forum is achieved. I therefore urge you all to go beyond your comfort zone in order to derive the maximum benefit from the Safe School Initiative Program and also the training of the School Protection Squad. May I use this opportunity to thank the Commissioner of Police, CP Obiodun Alamutu, Past Staff College, for considering the brigade worthy to be part of this Safer School initiative. I want to also appreciate him for providing all the necessary logistics and support for the program. Finally, I want to once again thank warmly and welcome you all, and it is my sincere hope that you enjoy the program and your stay here in Abeokuta. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Shall we appreciate the brigade commander? Before I bring him to the microphone, I'd like to tell CP Abiodun Mustafa Alamutu that as you are stepping down, we are sitting on the job anyway. I am not the only one you are leaving behind. There's a man who is your replica in talk, in action, even in stature. Anytime I see him, I remember you. I am confident that he's certainly one of those the trusted hands you are leaving on the job. I'm sure many of you are wondering what I'm talking about. Full of action, a go-getter. I'm talking about my friend and brother, the DPO Ibarra, SP Latif Balogun. I know he's here. I thought I should just bring this to your attention. Your Excellency, distinguished Nigerians, I'd like to bring him to the microphone. And before I bring him, I'd like to say to you that while we condemn police actions, we should try as much as possible to appreciate them when we see the good ones doing the right thing. I have never stopped wondering since the news broke how rich this man is. And therefore, when he comes to the microphone, I would like him to also make a mention of what was behind, the reason behind that action. It is not easy in this time and age to turn down $100,000 US that amounts to about 174 million naira. This is what he did. Just he rejected it because he wanted justice done. Who exactly am I talking about, ladies and gentlemen? The Laoro-born police officer who is serving today as the AIG in charge of Zone 2. He is representing the 22nd Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu, PhD, MPN. Ladies and gentlemen, this man deserves a standing ovation for that singular action, if just for that singular action of rejecting 174 million because he wants justice done. I'd like to request that all of us, except our royal fathers, should please give me this honor. He deserves. Please rise as I welcome to the microphone AIG Adeolu Fayobade, Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2.
Please sit down. Thank you. The Executive Governor of the state, Prince Dapo Abiodun, CON MFR, ably represented by Commissioner for Education, Professor Abayode Aribadu, the Commissioner of Police, CP Alamutu Abiodun Mustafa, PSC, the OCP, Senior Special Advisor to the State Governor of Security, AIG Olushola Suban, the Consultant to the Governor of Security, CP Egodajulu, the Commander 35 Artillery Brigadier General Mohammed Adino, ably represented by Dr. Nankole Okoye. Let's not forget my brother, the CP Safer School Protection Squad, Abuja CP Larry Obulawo, PhD, PSC, His Royal Majesty, the Chairman of Traditional Rulers in Ogun State, Obakayede Badewale Olubele, Olu of the Naro, ably represented by Olu, a marshal. You're welcome, sir. The other distinguished guests present here, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor of representing the General Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Olukayode Adeolu, PhD, MPM, who is unavoidably absent at this ceremony because of the call for duty. I will be reading my short speech for this ceremony. It is an honor to stand before this distinguished audience to discuss or to deliberate on the topic that holds immense significance to our nation, that is strengthening security resilience and integration of host communities in the protection of education. The training of the Protection Squad SPS is one of the enhanced security measures in place for the federal government Safe School initiative, aimed at improving both security and safety of our schools across the country. I bring the home felicitation of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who would have been here but for the exigency of his duties The IGP is profoundly appreciated for his unwavering commitment to safety of lives and property in the country and prioritizing and improving security in and around our schools and learning institutions in Ogun State and Nigeria. I also use this opportunity to thank the Governor of Ogun State, His Excellency Prince Adedapo Abiodun, COM, MFR, for his unparalleled support and passion for the cause of school protection in the state. Education is not merely a fundamental human right. It is the bedrock upon which we build our society, our economy, and national identity. In today's world, the ability to protect this pillar is directly linked to our national stability, development, and future. In Nigeria, as in many other nations, education has faced unprecedented challenges due to security threats, from insurgency and banditry to communal clashes and cyber vulnerability. These issues have not only disrupted learning, but have also threatened the safety of those who pursue, impact, and benefits from education. The global call to protect education has never been louder, especially with the United Nations emphasis on sustainable development, Goal 4, which is ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education for all. However, achieving this in Nigeria requires more than just policy commitment. It demands concrete action, robust security framework, and active community participation. In our concerted effort to promote a safe and conducive learning environment, all hands must be on deck to strengthen security resilience in our communities and safeguard all our schools and education. There must be collaboration and integration between communities and security agencies. To effectively safeguard the integration of host communities must be prioritized as they are the first line of defense against threat to school. By integrating host community into the framework of education protection, security efforts becomes more localized, inclusive, and sustainable, fostering a unified front against threat to learning environment. This can be achieved through community policing model, civil engagement, education, and multi-stakeholders collaboration, youth and women participation. What I'm trying to say here is that community must be actively involved in securing the schools. There must be regular meeting, town hall forums, town hall meeting. Members of the community must be engaged and educated on the importance of securing the schools. And there must be collaboration, multi-stakeholders collaboration at all times. Youth and women should be sensitized to be part of the security, because once they are there, the security will be so compact, and we don't have a situation where our schools will be taken for granted already. In the inclusion of critical stakeholders such as the host communities, community religious leaders, youth organizations, CSOs, sister security agencies, and state administration is the realization of the important role they play in safeguarding our schools and the reduction of out-of-school students in the state and the nation at large. In furtherance to this, the police are very much aware of this, of the valuable contribution of host communities in school protection, and its security aids cannot do without their support. It is on this premise that I will solicit for the continuous support and cooperation of all to effectively collaborate and prevent attack on our schools. This two-day program promises to be an interactive and all-inclusive session and will ensure effective partnership for community resilience to protect our schools. May I at this juncture add that the federal government of Nigeria has made a top priority to protect school through the Safe School Project, which is aimed at outlining a broad vision for prevention of attacks and focusing on ensuring a safe and secure learning environment for national development. In the same way, the Nigerian Police Force has also embraced this project by establishing School Protection Squad, SPS, in all the states of the Federation and Ogun State, as well as training of state coordinators and additional police officers nationwide. May I at this juncture appreciate the character, professionalism, and unrelenting efforts of the coordinating CP of this program, CP Larry Ogolowo. It's unrelenting effort in ensuring that this program is spread and deep-rooted across the length and breadth of Nigeria is commendable. Most of the time, it travels through the length and breadth of Nigeria by road and make sure that this program is is deep-rooted and accepted all over the country. Finally, I want to conclude by saying that on behalf of the General Police, I wish all the invited guests and participants a fruitful deliberation and journey message back to your respective destinations after this program. Thank you all and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together warmly for the DIG in charge of safety. Next to speak to us, distinguished Nigerians, is the #1 citizen of Ogun State, who is still represented at this event. But before I ask or request that His Excellency proceeds to the microphone, I'd like to say and put a few things on record. Very distinguished Nigerians, Nigeria will begin to get better the day we begin to have round-head Iran board. And I dare say in education here in Ogun State, His Excellency the Governor has put in the right man in charge of education. I am not one person who gives into patronizing people, but my training and about 25 years in journalism, I have learned to say it the way it is. Distinguished Nigerians, it's on record that on his assumption of office, it is safe to say that this man has digitalized education in Ogun State. Today, right in this hall, at the punch of a button, you can determine the number of students in, say, Reverend Kuti Memorial Grammar School without knowing them. Today, at the punch of a button, you can tell the exact number of schools, primary, secondary, and tertiary within Abeokuta South local government. Ladies and gentlemen, all the students in Ogun State today has what is known as learner identity number. It deserves a round of applause. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it did not start today. Before his assumption of office as Commissioner of Education, Science and Technology, he left indelible imprints at Taishola University of Education. He was the one who made TASWED, who made it besting of innovation. That's the way TASWED is described. It is this man who brought about smart classroom in Taishola University of Education. Is it that what I'm saying is not getting to your delight is saying, or you're not appreciating what this man has done? I said it, that if we keep saying we have issues with leadership, we must learn to appreciate those who are doing it correctly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've had commissioners in charge of education here in Ogun State. But this is one man who I told you came and digitalized education. Therefore, what Safe School Project is coming to do is to add flesh to what this man has been able to do. And of course, it's also important to tell you that he did not just perform when he was Vice Chancellor. At a point in time in Texas, this man combined Director of Information and Communication with being the Dean of Students. And none of the two responsibilities failed. If you call him an expert of multitasking, you are only saying the obvious. At this point in time, Your Excellency, the AIG, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell the officers, particularly the police officers in this gathering, that your gas friend is your gas friend is your organ. Please take note of that. The friend of your boss is also your boss. This man I'm talking about is not only a childhood friend or second Inspector General of Police. They schooled together. So he is a master's degree and a professor of mathematics. They both studied the mathematics at the prestigious University of Lagos. It is also a record that there is no event that the IG will attend in Ogun State that will not find the prof right here. May I therefore, Your Excellency, at this point in time, let me welcome to the microphone the number one citizen of Ogun State, the go-getter, an excellent administrator, the leader by excellence, the governor after the heart of his people, His Excellency, Prince Dapò Abiodun, who is very represented at this event by Professor Abayomi Adolaja Adebayo, the Commissioner in charge of Education, Science and Technology. Your Excellency.
Well, thank you very much, the anchor. I think I'm really flattered, and I'm wondering where the PPRO got all this information from. I didn't know that she has information. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The Inspector General of Police, AIG, Calgary, Igbetoku, they've been represented here by a fantastic Nigerian. Because I read the news and I said, wow, definitely Nigeria will be great. AIG, I will go to M5, the one that rejected $100 million prize. Please, can we give him a standing ovation? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. With people like you, definitely Nigeria, we have hope that this country will definitely rise again. I also want to recognize the Commissioner of Police, CP Alamutu Abiodun, a very wonderful Commissioner of Police that has really supported us in the education sector with all other members of the security agencies. Thank you very much for your support. I also want to recognize the consultant to the senior special advisor to the Governor of Security, AIG Olusola Super. Also consultant to the Governor of Security, CP Edward Adogu, who incidentally was the city when I was Vice Chancellor, and we had a very wonderful time together. I also want to recognize the CP Silver School projection Absida CP Nario PhD, the Ogun State Command Management Team, and also let me recognize all the security agencies here present, using the Commander at 5 Artillery Brigade, General Muhammad Aminu, as a point of contact because of time. I also recognize His Royal Majesty Oba Kehinde Olubele, the paramount ruler of ULA, represented by the Olu of Imashai, Oba Koyi Ukman Olamilekan, PhD. Let me use him also as a point of contact to all our royal fathers. They are here in large numbers. Kabiyesi, and special recognition to Kabiyesi for some special reasons. Kabiyesi. The Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Mrs. Olufunke Salako, you are recognized. Also, the Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, ably represented by Professor Shamsuddin Alausa. And I also recognize the Director of Education Support Services of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Mary Akinola Okeriafo. Also extending the recognition to the President General of Grand Union of Private Schools Associations in Ogun State, Ustaz Abdulaziz Ajibola. I also recognize, together because of time, all principals present and using ANCOS as a point of contact. Recognition also goes to the PTA chairman in Ogun State, Reverend Folorunsho. I also want to recognize the Ogun State PCRC chairman, the representative of the civil society group, Comrade Inka Folari. You are also recognized. The Council of Loritans, I recognize you. All the other security agencies here present, you are all well duly recognized. And I want to specially recognize the students that are here, the students of St. John's, students of Victory Agudiade, High School, all of them. Please, can you rise, students? Are you here? Please help me clap for them. These students, because of the support we are enjoying from the security agencies and because of the importance of this program, I directed that they should be allowed to come here today. In actual fact, they started examination yesterday, and right now they are supposed to be having another paper. So because of this program, this set of students will be given special time to write their own exam because this program is about. Ladies and gentlemen, having done with the protocols, I want to, first of all, tender the apology of the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abiodun COA. It is because, as we speak right now, he is not in Abeokuta. You can be sure that if he is in Abeokuta, he will hear himself. He is actually outside Abeokuta, he is in Abuja, for very important national and state matters. I want to let you know that this speech that I will read here today is his speech, and that is why when I say I, it is not I as the Commissioner for Education, but I as the Governor of the state. I read. On behalf of the government and the entire people of Ogun State, I welcome the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetoku, to this important, timely, and strategic forum on the protection of schools organized by the Nigeria Police. In the same way, I also welcome all stakeholders, our traditional rulers, community leaders, religious leaders, school administrators, students, transport union, vigilantes, members of our highly esteemed security agencies, and so on. As an administration, I am honored to share in this discussion around the critical issue of strengthening security resilience and integration of host communities in the protection of our schools and learning places. I commend the leadership of Nigeria Police for coming up with this initiative. The two-day training workshop for all security agencies in Ogun State on the ways through which schools and other institutions of learning in our 20 local government areas can be well protected. This is a practical demonstration of the commitment of Nigeria Police to ensure security of lives and property using the power in collaboration and partnership. The choice of the topic of discussion is also a pointer of the seriousness attached to this program. As we all know, the protection of our educational institutions and the safety of our students and educators is paramount to our nation's future school. Schools are not only places of academic pursuit, but also sanctuaries of hope, development, and growth for our children and youth. Unfortunately, in recent times, these institutions have been increasingly vulnerable to security threats ranging from violence to kidnapping and other forms of unrest. The theme, strengthening security resilience and integration of host communities, is timely and relevant as it seeks to address one of the most pressing challenges facing our educational sector and our country at large. The need to safeguard our schools and the people within them cannot be overstated. Without the safety and security of our children, there can be no meaningful education, no sustainable development, and no future for our nation. As a government, we understand that it is not enough to merely provide a secure environment. We must build resilience, the ability to withstand, respond to, and recover from security threats. This requires more than just law enforcement and security measures. It requires a holistic approach that involves all stakeholders, the government, local communities, security agencies, educational authorities, parents, and the private sector. We must also recognize that host communities play a pivotal role in the security and safety of schools. It is essential that we strengthen the relationship between schools and their surrounding communities. Community engagement, collaboration, and participation in school security initiatives are critical to an environment where students and educators feel free and supported. For us in Ogun State, we have made significant strides in improving security and safety across the state. Our security architecture includes collaboration with federal and state agencies, local security outreach, and most importantly, the active participation of our communities. Our local security initiatives such as the Ogun State Security Trust Fund and the Community Policing Initiative, such as Amotekun, SOSE, and so on, ensure that security is not only a government responsibility but a shared. I also want to emphasize the importance of integrating modern technology and intelligence-driven solutions to our security framework. The use of surveillance systems, information sharing platforms, and data analytics can only detect and prevent potential threats before they escalate. It is through these initiative approaches that we can strengthen our resilience and make our schools and communities safer. Furthermore, it is imperative that we address the root causes of insecurity, poverty, unemployment, lack of educational opportunities, and social inequalities, and contributes to rise in violence and criminal activities. Therefore, alongside strengthening security, we must focus on policies and programs that recognize the critical role that education plays in shaping our future. It will interest you to know that in line with our Ishaya mantra, which education is a major pillar, education actually stands in the middle of the Ishaya pillar. This administration has continued to contribute to the development of our education sector more than any former administration. This is not far-fetched, as other parts of our achievements include, but not limited to, massive rehabilitation of facilities, which we call the Yellow Roof Revolution, in schools to minimum standards conducive for effective teaching and learning, with platform to encourage alumni and private sector intervention. The free education policy of the present administration, with cancellation of all forms of levies in public primary and secondary schools, which has resulted in unhindered access to quality education, leading to increased enrollment in our schools and a decline in out-of-school children. Procurement of 30 CCTV cameras and 3 monitors to enhance library security architecture, which works in 4 security parameters using body sensors, doors, intruder alarm system, and video cameras, and are linked to 3 local monitors. Also, we have different capacity building programs for our teachers and tutors in primary, secondary, and even in tertiary institutions. It is also important to note the extensive digitalization of the educational sector, which has led to holistic data analytics. A major feature of this is the introduction of learner identification number, a unique identification number to each learner in Ogun State. This is to accurately know the number of learners in the state, monitor their academic progress, educational history, track their movement, and all other things for security reasons. The anchor actually said a lot about that, and I will not be laboring with it. The important thing is that not only do we know the number of students, we also know the students in school. We know them individually. If I just pick up a student in the hall now, I will just tell you all the details of that student, information, the parents, the number, the date of birth, the next of kin, everything about that, including the report of that life. I mean, that's part of what security agencies we need to do their work, when we also extend that and extrapolate it to the entire community. Therefore, our administration is committed to supporting Nigeria police in their effort to protect our schools. We will work closely with the police to identify and address potential security threats and to develop effective strategies for preventing attacks on schools. We will also invest in initiatives that promote community engagement and participation in school security. This includes supporting community-based security initiatives such as neighborhood watch programs and working with local leaders to promote a culture of peace and security. We also hope that this forum will come up with appropriate capacity building programs for school personnel and students on emergency preparedness as a preemptive measure and in response to enhance resilience and to assist victims of security breach in our schools. In addition, we will prioritize the provision of necessary resources and equipment to support the security efforts of our schools. This includes providing funding for security personnel, equipment, and infrastructure, as well as supporting the development of emergency response plans and protocols. As I end this address, let me once again commend the organizers of this forum for bringing together experts, policymakers, and stakeholders to discuss practical solutions for improving school security. I am confident that the recommendations and strategies that will emerge from this two-day forum will play a crucial role in shaping the future of education and security in Nigeria. Once again, I welcome the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode, to this important timely and strategic forum on the protection of schools organized by the Nigeria Police in Ogun State. Also, I commend the leadership of Nigeria Police for coming up with this initiative, and equally, I commend all stakeholders for your dedication to the noble cause, and I look forward to fruitful discussions and outcomes that will emerge from this forum. I thank you all for listening, and God bless. And you guys, I just of the state, I hereby declare the stakeholders forum open to the glory of God and benefit of man. Thank you very much.
We'd like you to help take some photographs with a couple of people, starting with the students. So all the students in this hall, please file out, come and take photographs with His Excellency. photo session. DFA. The Deputy Commissioner's President, please step forward.
Hey.
ACP Manda Fergus. His Excellency the Governor for your photo session. After the break, we will come to the interactive session. There will be paper presentations and then the panel of discussants will now be voted. But right now, it is time for tea break.